say 2023 or something,
Yeah.
AI was a new kid on the block.
Right.
So it was more, hey, what AI? Or will I use it? Now you don't have a choice.
Right.
You are in the bandwagon or you are left out. So there is no choice of you determining whether you want to use AI or not. So the conversation has changed from nice to have AI to I must have AI. Major difference that we see is that we have to make sure that there is a human in the loop.
Right.
We are not going to let AI determine
Yes.
what you do or what you don't do.
Right.
So we need a guardrail. We can call it a guardrail, which will determine whether you will be using AI for everything or you will have a human in the loop who will determine. Empathy is never going to come from AI, right?
Correct.
Two ways to look at it again. One is are the teams going to be smaller? Yes, because AI is your partner.
Correct.
Who doesn't complain? Who doesn't need holidays?
It's become a co-worker now.
Correct. He
Yeah.
doesn't need holidays. He will
Correct.
work through the weekend.
Yeah.
He will work 24/7, right?
Hi everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Dexian Talks, an initiative by Dexian India. I'm your host for today, Vasanta. Today we have with us a true technologist at heart. He is someone who combines strong technical know-how with sharp business insights. He comes with rich experience across industries and expertise in cloud, risk management, security and innovation. Let's welcome Mr. Sridhar Krishnamurthi. Hi Sridhar, how are you?
Thank you very much to be on the show. It's been wonderful that we have been having so many of these episodes coming in over the years. It's been revealing into being an insider, right? It's been something of a learning experience we have had. We have learnt about what we do, and it's been wonderful that we have been having you as a host here.
It's lovely to have you as a guest here. Thank you for coming. So I'll just start directly. So we're talking about AI. Everybody's talking about AI, especially generative AI. From Dexian's standpoint, what is the most significant misconception that the business leaders have that about implementing AI today? What would you say?
To one of the major problems, right? When AI is being touted as the manna from heaven, one of the things that happens is that they think it's something that is like plug and play.
Yes.
AI is not plug and play. It's something that you need to go and make sure that it works in a way that suits your environment, suits the data that you have. So
Yes.
if you are going to have a poor quality of data, the kind of AI results that you're going to get is also disappointing. So
Right.
what is it that from our point of view, right, from a Dexian, what do? We help you to bridge that gap.
Correct.
We try to identify what are the typical areas of AI that can be leveraged. To when I say leveraged, we need to make sure that is this something that we would use?
Okay.
Is this something that we can build upon? Wherein we want to make sure that the data sets that you have
Right.
is something that we can use to get the results that you desire. So
Right.
it's not going to be something like a plug and play.
Yeah.
So we help them to bridge that gap.
So it's a vast, what do you say? AI is like a vast field where you need to understand how to use, where to use, exactly what data to put in it. Depends like that.
In a way, we can say that algorithms, right? AI
Yes.
has a lot of algorithms as to how it works.
Yes.
That's become commoditized. When I say commoditized, you are not going to invent something like a new algorithm.
Correct.
So we'll use something that's already there. But if my data is poor, the quality of the data that I have is poor,
Correct.
the results are going to be poor.
Yes.
So in spite of all the, as they say, right, the big item investments that I do, the results are going to be something that we need to look at. So one of the methods to start with is to go and look at it in a holistic way,
Okay.
wherein we go and make sure that the data that we have is something that we can use.
Okay.
It's of value.
Right.
It's got all the causal, when I say causal, you know what the data is and where it is used.
Right.
So the knowledge comes from the domain. So
Right.
at the end, right, it's the domain which is going to determine how it would get used.
Right.
So are we going to hire PhDs to do this job? Most likely no.
No.
So we will be in a position to go and use these domain users, empower them with AI. That's what we will do.
Right. So, how has the conversations with the clients changed? Is it like, should we use AI, or how do we scale AI to measure our ROI?
I don't know whether an ROI is an easy way to measure, but typically what we have seen, right, in say 2023 or something,
Yeah.
AI was a new kid on the block.
Right.
So it was more, hey, what AI, or will I use it? Now you don't have a choice.
Right.
You are in the bandwagon or you are left out. So there is no choice of you determining whether you want to use AI or not. So the conversation has changed from nice to have AI to I must have AI.
Okay.
It's something that you can't live without. It's
Yeah.
as good as water.
Right. People
Maybe.
say that AI is going to replace humans. So it's
Very
become that
unlikely.
serious?
We shouldn't be worried about that. It's not. It will enhance you.
Enhance us.
Yeah, think of it. When bicycle came, they said, "Oh, nobody is going to walk."
Right.
So
Yes.
it doesn't go away. It
Right.
just makes you better, maybe more productive. That's what it will be.
Right. So, when can you give us an example as to how AI solution didn't just improve the efficiency, but it also fundamentally changed the business process in terms of fetching high revenues?
Would it always translate into revenues? Maybe, may not be.
Okay.
But the revenues that you are going to realize is more in line with efficiencies that in what you do. Let's take an easy example, right? Let's say underwriting. Underwriting is done by the banks.
Right.
It's a contorted process wherein you go through a know your customer, then you go and do a risk profiling and all that. So it takes let's say typically it takes 3 days to do this process. With AI, it can help you with improving that process, right?
Right.
Basically, it will go and do a risk profiling. It'll go and see whether it's got all the documentation in place. We can compare it to the old RPA kind of world that we had some years back,
Right.
wherein everything was automated, right? We
Yes.
did RPA for everything,
Yeah.
robotic process automation. The only if we can call it as a difference is that RPA with some brains is
Right.
what AI would be.
Yes.
It's going to be used extensively. The major difference that we see is that we have to make sure that there is a human in the loop.
Right.
We are not going to let AI determine
Yes.
what you do or what you don't do.
Right.
So we need a guardrail. We can call it a guardrail, which will determine whether you will be using AI for everything or you will have a human in the loop who will
Right.
determine. Empathy is never going to come from AI, right?
Correct.
It's a machine.
Yes.
It's not human.
Yes.
It's a statistically significant story that it's building.
Yeah.
So that element is always going to be human, and no
Right.
human is going to get replaced.
Right. So when you speak about empathy, how is empathy going to play a role when AI is there? And you say that it's not going to replace human.
AI will when you say empathy, right? Where does the machine have? It will never have empathy,
Definitely.
right? So, but it can help you to see certain things. For
Okay.
example, you are looking at a medical condition.
Right.
What would an AI do? AI will assist you. Maybe there is a wrong diagnosis. Maybe there is something hidden which you are not looking at, which would prolong somebody's life.
Right.
I have made a big difference. The human assisted by AI is going to make a big difference.
Right.
It's going to be something that we have to live with.
Yes.
It's going to be there. It's all pervasive.
So ultimate decision making is done by humans, not AI.
Should be rather.
Yeah.
So the major element is, are you going to use AI or not?
Right.
You don't have a choice. You will end up using
Yes.
whether you like it or not. We will use it. Just like computers, we can live without computers, right?
Yeah.
If you want to, you can do paperwork. Same way, AI is going to be there everywhere. You use it or you don't use it. If you don't use it, you are done with. You right? Basically, you are no
Right.
longer in the market.
Yes.
So something has to go on those lines.
Right. So beyond the headlines about large models, what are the silent workhorses of AI in creating the most tangible, under the radar value for business right now? Like analytics or machine learning. So
Correct. We can now use all kinds of fancy words.
Yeah.
Let's dumb it down. To me, right?
Please, yes.
It's not for everybody.
do it for me.
I'm trying to make it even for us.
Yeah.
We can say LLM, blah. As I told you, right? These are all commoditized.
Yeah.
Models are commoditized. Anybody can build an LLM if you have the money. It's as good as that. The science is proven. It works.
Yeah.
So anybody can build one if you have enough resources to run one. So let's take that out of the picture. I am not going to build an LLM. Right?
Okay.
do the companies need to build one? Not really.
Yeah.
So the story comes into how I will use LLM.
Correct.
Or whether would I build an SLM? When I say SLM, it's nothing but a small language model, which is very specific for a job that I wanted to do. So we will see a lot of them. There will be a slew of them that is going to come in and bombard us in the years to come, wherein they will be more nimble. When I am talking about, let's say I am a lawyer, why do I need an LLM for it? I may need a lawyer specific model, right?
Yes.
So those are the things that will make a difference in the years to come. You will have specialized trained models which will be used, and it could be something wherein Dexian can have its own model. Same way we can build a set of models for the organizations that we will work with. So it's going to evolve into that.
Yeah.
As I said, right, it's at this point of time, take it as RPA with steroids.
Right.
It's going to help you with building interesting use cases wherein we'll do a lot of automation.
Yeah.
The automation that we used to do before was, it never had a choice when it comes to, when it gets stuck, right? It used to fail.
Yep.
Now with AI, what it's going to do is, why did it fail? Can I fix it? Can I run it again?
Right.
So those intelligence is what will make a big difference to how you will use AI.
Correct.
So all the underwriting jobs, all the boring jobs are gone.
Yes.
Which makes it that much more interesting.
Correct. Yeah. So how is AI changing the very nature of work and team structure? You say it's evolving every day.
Correct.
So how is it changing the nature of work and team structures today?
Two ways to look at it again. One is, are the teams going to be smaller? Yes, because AI is your partner.
Correct.
Who doesn't complain, who doesn't need holidays.
It's become a co-worker now.
Correct. He doesn't need holidays. He will work through the weekend.
Yeah.
He will work 24/7, right?
Correct.
So he's one of the team members that you'll have.
Yes.
So it's like a assistant without pay.
Right.
Maybe he consumes some power, but then that makes a big difference to the way we do things, right? So for example, I can give it a job, go to sleep, morning I come back, it's there.
Correct.
My job is done.
Yes.
If you correlate it, right, one of the reasons why US started outsourcing it to India, we had a 12 hours difference nearly.
Correct.
So by the time they came back, the Indians
The work
did
was
all
done.
the work and
Yes.
they had the answers early in the morning.
Yes.
So something similar is something that's going to happen, wherein it's going to be one of the team members for you.
Correct.
The team sizes are going to be smaller. And what I see, again, I look into the crystal ball, maybe I am wrong, but at the end, right, what we are looking at is somewhere wherein we will have domain people who have AI skills. You don't need a coder or a specific user, right? So there will be a change in the way we build our teams.
Right.
So we will have a lot of domain people coming into typical coding kind of systems.
Right.
Wherein they will give that domain expertise to build very interesting use cases. We'll
Right.
see that transition in the next few years.
In the few years. So when you say that coders are specifically not required, but you need somebody who is extremely highly skilled in what they're doing related to AI and technology. So how do you hire them? How do you make sure that this person is going to be correct for this domain and they can handle this AI tool very correctly? They're going to give the work and the results is going to be absolutely right. How do you make sure of that?
It's very difficult to say whether it's going to be right.
Right.
There are right, as they say, I talked about guardrails. Guardrails are nothing but more like we building a conscience to it as to what it can work, the boundaries.
Correct.
You put the boundaries, you say, hey, within this you can do anything that you want. It's again, you talked about coders being irrelevant. It's not that. At the end, right?
Does everybody need to know coding?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
If you ask me, even a language is like a code, right? You speak your language, you have a certain semantics on it.
Correct.
This is the coding in the coding way will change. It's just going to change the way it is done now.
Right.
Doesn't mean the coding is going to go away. So the logic that you put in when you are building applications is going to stay. It's not going to go away. So the coders in the traditional sense may not be there, but the coder who understands it and can think through the process, right? The whole application is going to be still there.
Okay.
And ensure that he's covering all the bases. Basically, the application has to work in a way, in a time, everything, all the elements that make it a good application are going to be there.
Right. So let's just talk about ROI. So you are an expert in technology. So what advice would you give to the clients to measure the AI initiative? What are the key metrics that one should take beyond cost savings?
When you talk return of investments, right, typically there are multiple ways how you measure it.
Correct.
ROI could be something wherein can it be tangible or intangible? If it is intangible, are you going to assign a value to it? If I'm happy going home at 6 o'clock,
Yes.
How do you even measure it?
Correct.
Is it good? So if you want a real metric, let's say in money terms, hard money terms, then definitely it's going to reduce the work, the drudge, right? You don't. Nobody wants to be a donkey. So
right.
You don't want to do donkey work. Let it go away.
Yeah.
We'll bring in something more interesting things to do. So what it would do is it can help you with freeing your intellect. I'm saying the intellect can be put to much other better. Maybe we will save the world, save the penguins. I don't know what we will do, but you got it right.
Yes.
We can do 100 other things which we want to do, which
put it to a better usage,
which will not cage you in.
Right.
So that's the idea behind using it. So again, ROA is very tangible because of the time that it reduces.
Yes.
Can we, as you asked me, right? Is it going to reduce the workload? Does it mean that you will have less number of people at workforce? Not really. Maybe typically, right? Technologies, when they are adopted, right? We have seen that it spurns its own set of new requirements.
Right.
Think of it 30 years back, nobody would have thought about a business analyst or a SRD document creator.
Yes.
Those jobs were not there.
Yeah.
So whatever AI is going to bring in new, right, it will generate new kinds of jobs. There may be a model builder.
Yeah.
There will be somebody who's going to model trainer or somebody who's going to use it, prompt writer, as they say, right?
Right. Yeah.
Even though I personally don't use the word prompt engineering. So it's become something like a fancy cash.
So you're saying technology and humans go hand in hand?
Will be.
Humans are going to enhance AI. AI is going to create more jobs for humans. Something like that?
Yeah. Technology has always done that.
Yeah.
When computers came, right, I remember 60s, there was a story where LIC went on strike.
Yes.
Because they had implemented a mainframe computer which will make payrolls. So now LIC is 1,000 million times bigger than what it was in 67.
Correct.
And there are some jobs which you would have even never thought of. All I'm saying is there are areas which we will never think of.
Right.
Think of it think of it from an evolution point of view. Take life as an building element. Evolution made what you are.
Yes.
It took years.
Yes.
Did we not evolve? Did we not make ourselves more interesting? We have our own way of doing things. Similarly, we are now writing software.
Right.
Tomorrow it will be hardware. The AI will be able to build some hardware which is very interesting. So
right.
we are going to see that transition happening.
Right. So
no timelines for that.
Timelines for that. Yeah. That's what. So right now, till now, we were talking about the current, how AI is in the current times. If we were to talk about the future, so let's talk about what is, according to you, what is that one AI trend that is emerging, but it is not widely used by the business, but you think it's going to impact in, let's say, 5 years?
5 years looks like a
3 to 5 years.
Even 3 years, we don't know what will happen in 6 months.
So what is that one AI tool or technology?
For one of the things that's not, again, as I said, right, initially the benefits would be from automation.
Right.
That's what it's going to be. We are going to see the big change in the research end of it, which will make processes more efficient, maybe coding more efficient. I think as it learns, right, it has a lot of corpus to learn from each individual. As they say, right, the dark web. When I say dark web,
yeah,
all the digital content which is not seen,
yeah,
still
exists there.
If you see AI, right, AI has learned with what is available.
Correct.
So there is I don't know how many times is in the dark web. All that content is going to make AI more powerful. In the sense, when I say powerful, it's going to learn, it's going to do research for you. Maybe
Right.
the average time for a drug molecule to be discovered and made into the market is 10 years. Maybe it will come down to months.
Right.
So those kind of research oriented paradigm changes. I'm
That
calling
could
it
also do
paradigm changes.
damage, no? It sounds scary. When you talk about dark web getting developed through AI, it sounds scary.
Scary
I mean,
because I use the word dark. Maybe we will call it the unknown web. Maybe it will make it easy for you. But at the end, right, the idea is it's going to learn a lot.
Yes.
It's going to help us. Again,
Right.
they say, right, a knife can be used to kill somebody, or you can cut an apple and eat.
Yes.
So it's the same analogy here. Somebody is going to misuse it for sure.
Correct.
So we will have our defenses to fight all that, because we are going to see a lot of problems there also. As you
Yes.
rightly said, AI can be poisoned.
Correct.
What if it, right, typically one of the problems that the early AI adopters found was that, for example, again, I will give you an example as to what happened in the US, right? There was a clear bias when it comes to underwriting for loans.
Yes.
It had a bias against Afro-Americans. Why? Because right, typically the profile was such that they got more rejects. So it assumed that if it is of a particular race or something, it's going to reject it. So can happen. That's because I told you about the data being unbiased.
Correct.
The data being good.
Yes.
So all that is going to make a big difference in the way we do things. So is AI, even now, right, AI is predominantly English based. Does that mean all the other content which is available in the local vernaculars, are we going to discount them?
No.
No, is good, but unfortunately, there will be a gap to bridge by the other world, non-English speaking world,
Right.
Which will have an impact. We are going to see it. Every country sovereignty issues will be there. We have seen some interesting things in the last 3 years, wherein we are seeing that who owns it at the end, right? ChatGPT or Gemini. There are going to be sovereignty issues which we will need to address.
Yes.
Where the data is, whether you will use your data to train, whether the communication you are having, it knows a lot of private information about you. Does
Correct.
it?
Yes.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Is it using it for some other purpose? We don't know. So there is a lot of ifs and buts, right? Again, I am not scaremongering.
Yeah.
But at the end, right, there are problems will always be there. Any technology will have a set of problems, but you have to make sure that you put in your guard. You make sure that you use the best of the technology.
Right.
So
the damage control, the security, all that also might come out of AI. We can use AI for that as well.
will typically, right? We will definitely use it.
Exactly.
So cybersecurity is going to be more mundane jobs. Think of a typical people who sits in a SOC, right? Like we have our SOC.
Yes.
Wherein they are we have eyeballs looking at a screen.
Yeah.
Why? Because right, they call what is called alert fatigue.
Right.
You keep on alerting, and most of them are false positives. You tend to ignore the real one which comes in once in a while.
Exactly.
So AI can do that mundane job. I told you, right? It doesn't complain. It just works.
Yeah.
So as I said, right, it's going to be a positive change rather than negatives. Negatives are there, but for the better good, right?
Yes.
I think we have to embrace AI. You embrace AI or you are not in the game.
Yes.
So it's going to be very critical there.
Correct. I love your example of the knife. It can cut, it can also kill somebody, it can also, like the way you connected it to AI. Good one. So Sridhar, what is that one piece of advice that you would give to a mid-sized company CEO who thinks they're falling behind in their AI journey?
That's where Dexian comes into play, right? We work with SMEs. We know that AI can be intimidating for many of them. So we have built accelerators over time. What I mean by accelerators are nothing but pre-packaged small pieces of technology that can be adopted by these organizations. It could be something to do with understanding what is the data that they have, right? As I said, the quality of the data that they have.
Yeah.
It could be something to do with their knowledge bases that they have built over the years.
Right.
We can look into those data sets and give them some insights. And they are, right? The old paradigm was, hey, I will build you something, 18 months down the line, you will get results. Now we are saying you will get the results now.
Yes.
So engage with us. We'll get you something going within a few weeks.
Right.
It's more like understanding them, putting together the accelerators that we have built over time, then you have what is called a nice package,
Right.
which will go into their system and start bringing results.
Yeah.
So the idea is to address them. Basically, the larger ones have the money and the wherewithal to build large systems, and the smaller ones are the ones, as you said, right? They have their difficulty finding talent. Talent is very difficult, right, in the market.
Yes.
So you have to get the right talent.
Yeah.
It should be results oriented, as I said. We will live now rather than something that's going to happen down the line.
Correct.
So we are accelerating it. That's why we call them accelerators. We make it easy for them, whether it's a RAG system that they want to build to give you, since we didn't talk about RAG. RAG is nothing but having your own internal documents and other things being read, wherein you know that it's inside the organization. Many times you have to do a lot of discovery to find out, hey, this is something that we have done before.
Right.
Even at, to give you an idea, right? Dexian as a mid-sized company,
Yeah.
we have our own systems built into our workflows. The reason for it is we need to know what we have done before, how we have done it, whether it comes to architecture, whether the way we delivered it, the code base that we have. So those are elements that's going to be an universal problem, and all SMEs are going to have them. So don't fear it, just embrace it. It's something that you have to do. You are there on the bandwagon, or you are left out.
Correct.
So it's something that I think they don't have a choice. It's more detrimental to survival,
Right.
because of the efficiencies that AI will bring on the table.
Yes. Very interesting. Thank you so much. So Sridhar, we could talk about any technology to you, but today I'd like to narrow it down to artificial intelligence, as AI is the persuasive now. So, yeah.
It's been interesting 3 decades. So the years are showing, maybe.
Yeah. No.
It's been in topsy-turvy ride over the years, right? So we have seen waves. Initially, it was all interesting about how networks are built. So if you see from again in technology, right, they always talk about OSI layer. We have seen technology evolve from the lower layers, move up all the way up, wherein it gets commoditized. So we have seen that change happen over the years. We had a wave of, say, everybody were talking about virtualization at one point of time in the early decade, early start of the millennium, right?
Yeah.
So then every Docker became something of interest.
Yeah.
Then they talked about web application firewalls. Then they talked about agile. They talked about
Yes.
technology will come in waves.
Correct.
And seen quite a few of them. Now we have the new wave, which is nothing but pretty interesting. We call it AI. Is it really AI? That is another, we can debate for long about whether it's really become that kind of a generic AI wherein it can challenge a human. It's not there, so we don't need to worry about it, but it will be an interesting way to talk about it today, because it's a buzzword.
Yeah.
As everybody wants to use it.
Yeah.
We will evolve it. We'll talk about AI today. Maybe another occasion will come in wherein we can talk about the other interesting things I have done over the last 30 years.
30 years. Sure, I'm pretty sure this conversation is going to be exciting. So, Sridhar, let's talk a little bit about you. Apart from technology, what is that keeps you ticking? What is your usual day look like when you're not working?
I have as they say, right, a load of other interests. But many of them are, as they say, right, even though you want to keep a clear differentiation between what you typically do at work and what you do at your free time.
Yeah.
There will be a bit of overlap, but I will call myself as a rookie farmer. So it was there in the mind over the years that I will get my own small piece of land and try my hand with farming. It just did happen over a decade back, wherein I got a small piece of land, wherein I started doing farming.
Dream come true?
Yeah, it's a dream come true in the sense it's also a let out for you. I thought it would keep me away from the typical technology work that you do, right?
Yeah.
But over time, what happened was we ended up bringing a lot of technology there. It's maybe, as they say, right, certain things don't leave you.
Yes.
It's just sticky there.
Yeah.
So I ended up automating a lot of work at the farm, we started using IoT devices. Finally, what happened was it just became another experiment for me. So, did I enjoy it? Yes. But did it keep me away from the technology which I thought I would do? It didn't. But
No.
No regrets.
Yeah.
It's part of the learning. At the end, in this industry, right? Every day you go through a learning curve. It's pretty difficult in the sense to keep your work away from what you do as an hobby. So
Correct.
So but it's keeping you healthy in the sense you have a place to go wherein you don't need to worry about AA or people asking about AA,
Yeah.
cornering you with
They're
questions.
not asking you, but you're doing it anyway.
It should be
You're
at the end,
implementing
right?
it in your daily life.
Correct. It should be an hobby which is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Which it is.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that I don't enjoy doing the work I do.
Yeah.
It's also very interesting. Only thing is I want it to be diametrically opposite in the sense to have a 360 coverage type. So,
Yes.
but is it happening? Yes and no.
Yeah.
But, it's a plate which is full.
Which is full. It's a lovely idea, farming and technology bringing in together.
It gives you a lot of insights into the typical, right? As a farmer, we don't know where our food comes from.
Right.
So it gives you a great insight about why it's important that we keep farming.
Yes.
At the end, right, we need to have our food.
Correct. That's very important. Yeah. So Sridhar, how has been your journey with Dexian so far? Do you have some special moments, any stories for us to know that we don't know?
It's always very interesting to talk about a place where you have been. This will be my 15th year.
15th year.
Correct.
Wow.
So 15th year associated with Dexian. So one of the first assignment we had was that Dexian website had to be optimized. So that was my first gig at Dexian, wherein we started to optimize it. I think Maruf was holidaying in Greece or somewhere. So I vaguely remember the first job was done and I was paid in kind, to give you an idea about how it went. So I won't talk about what kind of kind.
Yeah, my next question was that.
I didn't want to talk about it, but it was made in kind. So,
all right. Yeah.
nice tipplers, have a tipple kind of
Okay.
kind to not.
We'll not get into it.
Correct. So that's how it started.
Yeah.
I've been working with Kumar too for quite some time. It's been pretty interesting in the sense he had given the opportunities. One of the things, right, I talked about farming. To link with it, right, I wanted to start farming and we had an opportunity to work in a farm.
Yes.
So we worked with the UN Accelerator Labs wherein we had to build the IoT devices for it. Wherein it opened a few doors for us. To give an idea, right, whatever we do in agriculture was one of the initial starting points was that.
Yes.
So these are elements that you don't plan for.
Right.
It just happens.
It just happens.
You are in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So it just happens. There is something which falls into place, right?
Yeah.
Because all the right people are there. Somebody is taking a call, and Dexian had been a great place in that sense.
Yeah.
They have given you the freedom to experiment. You can work on multiple technologies. Even in the teams that I have got, right, great people to work with. So it's been a wonderful ride in the sense, right?
Yeah.
At the end, right, when you look back, you want to say, hey, I don't regret anything that I do.
Yeah.
Or I did. So in that way, it's been wonderful.
So happy 15 years.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm an optimistic guy.
Yes, you seem to be. Yeah.
I'm a happy guy. So nothing wrong. The blemishes make it more interesting.
Yeah.
So we don't go and look into as they say, right, 99% of the time you are good. 1% you are bad. Why are you talking about the 1%? Rather worry about the 99%.
Yes.
So it makes your job easier.
Yes.
So Kumar, Venkat, or any of the team members, right?
Yeah.
I have a free leash. I don't know whether even a leash. You can't even call it a leash. So I don't even have a leash.
Right.
So you think of it. You are blessed to have
correct
colleagues who will
let you experiment.
You are allowed to experiment. You are allowed to fail, which is very important. When it comes to technology, right? Not all technologies will go right.
Correct.
You are allowed to fail, which makes a big difference.
Yes.
Fail, as they say, right, when you fall down, dust yourself up, get running.
Get running.
So that's the motto that's driven what we do at Dexian.
Yeah.
We have got a great team.
Yes.
They have been trying their best. The future looks bright.
Yeah.
And since we are talking about AI is going to give us that fillip.
Yes.
To as they say, right, we will conquer new places.
Correct.
Go to new
Yes.
domains.
Yes.
Make it much more interesting.
So lastly, Sridhar, I would like to know, what's this chief toy maker? Why do you call yourself that?
Title is something self-given.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something somebody has awarded me. I thought we are working on a lot of new technologies. It's not doesn't always need to be coding or building some widgets for our clients, but it's something that we are allowed to. We experiment on new technologies as well as new ways to do things.
Right.
We talked about the accelerators, right? One
Yeah.
of the reasons the accelerators exist is that we are, as I said before, we are allowed to fail.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We are allowed to make changes.
Correct.
We are allowed to see whether it would work or not. At the end, right, you are wiser. Every day you learn something.
Yeah.
It's a fact of life.
Yeah.
Every day. So that's something that we take home. So everybody builds their own toy. It's nothing but your own way of saying, hey, I did this.
Yeah.
So when you say I did this, it's your own toy. So
Right.
that's the idea behind it.
Yeah.
When I say chief toy maker, I ask everybody to make toys, their own toys,
Uh-huh.
which will make their fancies.
Right. So you said Kumar is somebody who gives you the liberty to try and fail and try again with all the faith to succeed, right? So on the same note, I have something for you from Kumar. Let's just see that.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Sridhar, this is the message from Kumar. Shall we just see it?
Sure.
I'll just flip it over. Yeah, I'll just read it out for you. Sridhar, what can I say? It's been over 30 years of knowing you, and even today you remain one of the most unique minds I've worked with. Your ability to understand and solve complex problems is exceptional. Once we get your attention, we never need to go to anyone else. What I value the most is, after all these years, you haven't changed at all. You're the same genuine, grounded, creative person I met in our early 20s. Everything we've worked on together has always turned out to be the best. There are very few people, maybe a handful, who make a real difference in one's life. And Sridhar, you are one of them. Thank you for everything. Kumar.
Thank you, Kumar. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, Sridhar, for coming on our show. I'm so glad that you made it finally to our podcast.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. For all the viewers, we believe that Dexian is in the business for good, and the conversation with Sridhar has been extremely good and interesting. I'll catch up with you guys in another episode. Thank you so much.
We are Dexian, in the business for good.